Hey there, it's Jody. Welcome to another edition of Gator Bites today, where we check in with what's going on in the world of rock and roll since shows and bands are starting to get out there. And we're really excited about today's guest because he is the bass player and vocalist for one of our favorite bands, and that's Night Ranger. And Night Ranger has sold over 17 million albums worldwide. They were one of the first big video bands on MTV, and their songs have been played in so many TV shows and movies, video games. So let's go ahead and bring in Jack Blades.
Hey, Jody, how you doing?
I'm very good. How are you? So nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you. It's great to be here. Great to be with you.
Jack, where are you right now? Are you in a studio?
Yeah, I'm sitting in my own studio. I'm sitting in my own studio, just, hanging out and stuff like that. Just got home a couple days ago from playing some shows, and I got a couple days off. And of course, on my days off, I'm with you now.
That's awesome. I'm very excited about that. And I wanted to ask you about being out on the road, because I don't know if you guys were off the road for a year and a half during COVID lockdown, but how does it feel to be back on the road playing live shows in front of live audiences?
Yeah, I mean, it's just really great. I mean, what's great about it is I don't know who's more excited. I don't know if the fans are more excited, the people out in the audience, or the band, because we're up there and we're like, ah, we're playing again, we're rocking again, we're doing our whole thing again, we're doing everything that we love to do, and we're just out there and feeding off the audience like we've done for years and years and years. And so we're totally stoked about it. I mean, it's a whole, you forget when you kind of hang out. I mean, this whole first thing started, I'm sure it was like, people that were working and everything like that are like, okay, you need to go home and you mean I don't have to work for a month or a couple of weeks? Well, that's kind of nice. I'll just kind of sit around the house and enjoy myself and everything like that. But after a while, you just get crazy. And I guess we didn't realize how much that we miss and how much a part playing live is, for who we are and everything like that. So we're just glad to be back.
I bet you are. And we're so glad bands are back. And I guess you guys were busy. You have a new album coming out. I want to talk about that. So did you guys record this album during the pandemic?
Yeah. We recorded the ATBPO album during, everything that was going on. We started like the end of last year, and then we kind of finished up this year. And it was a little crazy because normally we're used to like getting in a room together, everybody in the room, everybody jamming on music, jamming on material, just coming up with ideas and everything like that. And then immediately going and recording them. We started doing that, years and years and years ago. And that's kind of how we do it now. And this time we had to it was like we had to be with, we're all like, we started out with a couple of Zoom calls, but that was kind of lame, writing songs on Zoom and everything is like, oh, really?
Right.
That's kind of stupid. That was kind of a drag. But then we just started, I came up with a bunch of songs and I started sending them around to people. And the crazy part about it was we had on some of these songs, there were so many tracks, they were like, because everybody just kept putting stuff on in their own home studios. So some of the songs had like 150 tracks on them. And then we had to like cipher through all this to figure out like, well, we can't use this, we can't use that. And then everybody's calling up going, hey man, what happened to my part? It got pulled off. And it was like, well, it didn't go with the guitar part that Brad put on. Well, wait a minute, my part was on first. Well, no, that's like, well, Brad didn't hear that. Well, what? It's like, oh my God, it was a pain in the ass. But I mean, we got through it. We got through it, and it all turned out well. We're really happy with the final result.
So tell us about the title, because it's abbreviated ATBPO. What does that stand for, and what is the album about?
Well, ATBPO stands for And the Band Played On.
I love
because,
that.
We were going through, Jody, the world is going through so much crap. And we were going through so much crap. And there were personal issues with the band. And there's some, this happened and that happened. Brad had, tore his rotator cuff and had to have rotator cuff surgery. And that pushed everything back 3 months. And this happened and that happened. And all these things were going on. And I was just thinking to myself, man, through it all, and the band played on. We just kept going and kept recording. And even though it was like down and, it's just like, no, we kept doing it and kept doing it and doing it. And so we thought, that would be a good title for the song. And then Kelly said, hey, why don't we just call it, why don't we just use the initials, just like ATBPO instead of And the Band Played On, And
right.
we thought, what? that was a kind of great idea. We always liked that Van Halen OU812. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's kind of where
it's kind
we
of a
kind of
play
came up
on
with
that.
that.
But the album really an ode to recording during the pandemic, or what we've all been through during the pandemic.
Well, I mean, you can't help but have, those kind of things seep into you when you're writing, lyrics and when you're writing songs and stuff like that. Like our first single that we released was a song called Breakout, which is, like, let's break out of this crap, let's
Love
break
the
out,
song.
and yeah, thank you. But, so there was that. And then there's other songs that kind of get like, I wrote the song I Want to Dance, because it was just like, you can't, we're not allowed to be with each other. We can't touch each other. We can't hang out to each other. We can't, be together and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, I just want to dance all night. I just want to dance all night with you, So certain things like that came out, it came out in the lyrics and in the songs and everything like that. The songs, though, are basically straight ahead rock and roll Night Ranger, like we always do. And that's kind of what we've done. And that's kind of what we did before, with great, double harmony guitars and lots of solos and harmony vocals and choruses and stuff like that. I think it's a classic Night Ranger record that has a great groove.
Yeah, I watched the one video, and I love the song, and you're absolutely right. Definitely true Night Ranger for all our Night Ranger fans that are watching and listening. And we're going to put that Breakout, we're going to put the video up on our website, and we'll have a link for the album as well. So everyone can get to hear it. It does come out on August 6th. Wanted to talk to you about a couple other things, because I was reading this list about a long list of movies and TV shows and video games that have all used your songs. They're so recognizable. Sister Christian, a rock and roll anthem for sure. So when you watch a TV show or a movie and one of your songs is in it, how does it feel still? Is it like a good feeling, or are you used to it?
No, I think I don't think you ever get used to it. I think you always get excited. I do, at least. I get excited every time I hear something like that. Every time it comes on, I'm like sitting there watching a movie, watching a TV show or something like that, and all of a sudden Rockin' America is playing on it. I'm like, hey, that's great. Or I'm watching, some news broadcast and they're playing our songs, or this or that or the other. And no, it's, it gets exciting. Every time you hear it, it's exciting. To me, it never wears off. It never becomes like, oh yeah, whatever, that's what it is. Because that's just not the kind of guy I am, or the rest of the band. I mean, we're all so excited. We always call up each other. Hey, it was just on, hey, Don't Tell Me You Love Me was just on something, or this, or American Dad, or that, whatever. So it's pretty fun.
I mean, it's crazy. I got the list here. I mean, your songs were in Rock of Ages, Boogie Nights, American Dad, Glee, Grey's Anatomy, Parks and Rec. The list goes on. And then the video games like Rock Band and Guitar Hero.
Right,
so,
right.
Your music is absolutely timeless. I want to go back and ask you back to '89 when the band broke up for just a little bit. And you guys all went on and did some individual projects, you including hooking up with Tommy Shaw and Ted Nugent for Damn Yankees. So
yeah. Actually, we just played last weekend with Styx Night Ranger show, and Tommy came out during our show, and we did High Enough for the audience, and it was really, really fun. Both of us singing and everything like that.
Oh, how much fun. I love those guys too. And, we put the question out on our Facebook page, let our listeners know we were going to be talking to you again. So it's funny you kind of answered the question, because Jose asked us to ask you if we could ever expect maybe a little Damn Yankees reunion at some point.
Well, I mean, you never say never, but,
right.
Everybody's so busy with everything that they're doing, and, all that kind of stuff with Styx and Night Ranger and Ted and Michael Carlone also with Leonard Skinner, and so, but you never know. I mean, things pop up like we're playing shows together and everything like that. And that's really fun when we can get out there, and it's fun for the fans and the audience, you know what I mean? To get us up there, and just have us both up there singing the song and Damn Yankees High Enough and stuff like that. It was really fun. And it's fun for us too. Tommy and I are like, yeah, this is great. And we hadn't worked it out or anything. So, here we are in front of 5,000 people, and we're standing there in Ohio, and I'm like, I lean over to him, and I'm like, hey, we didn't figure out who's singing what. What part do you sing these days? Well, I sing this high one. I can sing the super high one. I'm like, well, let me save your voice. I'll sing the super high one. You sing the root. He said, oh, okay, I'll sing that. It's like, yeah, sing the regular one like we used to do. It was like, okay. I mean, right on the spot, we did that. Wow. It was pretty funny.
I bet that was a special moment, especially for the fans. I know the fans, of course, love Night Ranger, but damn Yankees. I mean, you guys were kind of one of the first super groups before being a super group was really a big thing, as today we see a lot of collaborations like that. And I also want to go back to the American Music Awards in '85. I got to ask you about this because I just read this story this week, and it so happens that today, it was on this date back in '84, that Prince's Purple Rain was released in movie theaters. So from what I read, in '85 at the American Music Awards, you and Kelly were chosen to present the award for Album of the Year?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Which Prince wound up winning.
Right,
and
right.
I don't know if there's any truth to this, but what I read said that you guys were given specific instructions on how to or not to address Prince if he should win.
I know, it was like hilarious. Like they, we got our management got a letter from Prince's management about a week before we were going to be on the show, and it said, like, we understand that Jack and Kelly are going to be giving the award for the Album of the Year, and there's a good odds on chance that Prince Purple Rain will win that award for Album of the Year. And if that is the case, then in no way should Jack or Kelly talk or acknowledge or even speak to Prince, and they shouldn't touch him or in any way get near him or anything like that. When the award is presented and the name is read, they're just to hand it to him and not say anything and just like that. And we're like, are you kidding me? Is this for real? It's like, that was the wrong thing to tell guys like us, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so they sat us at the American Music Awards, like right at the end. They sat Kelly and I here, and right in front of us, like in a movie theater, right in front of us was Prince and his big bodyguard, this guy named Little Chick, this huge big guy. And so he's standing right there, and we're like, and we're just, the whole time we're thinking about that, that letter, and we're like, what a bunch of BS. And so every time somebody won, we tap Prince on the shoulder and go, dude, can you believe that? Check that out. And I grab his shoulder and shake him, man, hey, how about that, man? Isn't that great? Hey, what is that? And he just kept turning around like this. Yeah. It was like the whole thing. And then we even talked to him when we presented the award. We're like, that was the wrong thing to say to Kelly and me, that's for sure.
Yeah. And one of the reasons I wanted to share that, I'll tell you, I had a similar Prince experience. And that's why I had to laugh out loud when I heard about this, because I did have the opportunity to meet him once. And it was a very exclusive backstage after a show. And it was a receiving line that Clive Davis was in charge of, and we also received very specific rules before we could go meet him, that we could not touch him, and there'll be no pictures and there'll be no autographs, but Clive will introduce you when you get to him. And for me, that was okay because I was getting to meet Prince, and I was like, I'll do whatever you guys tell me to. But it's one of those stories I'll never forget.
Right. So you can relate to it. You can totally relate to it. Right. That's true. That's the way they ran that show over there. Pretty crazy stuff. Very
funny. So I want to go back to the album because it does come out on August 6th, and you can pre-order right now on nightranger.com. Oh, let me ask you real quick about the tour, because I wanted to see if there were any South Florida or Florida dates on there. So what I found is you guys don't have any specifically, but you are doing the Kiss cruise that leaves from Miami in October, but I believe that's sold out.
Right, yeah, Gene and Paul asked us to play that thing, and we said, yeah, sure, why not? We'll do it. So we're definitely doing that.
That'll be fun. But then I just saw yesterday, I think this big festival was announced in Key West, which is happening in January, and you guys are part of that.
Right, exactly. That just came online. And we're playing there. I mean, during COVID, like we played several shows down in Florida because, of course, Florida was the only place you could actually be a human being. You know what I mean? So we really enjoyed it. We really had a good time, and I'm sure there'll be tons more shows in Florida. We love Florida. We did. Hey, man, I went down there in January and stayed at Atlantic Beach for 6 weeks in January to February. I hung out that. Yeah, I hung out at Atlantic Beach for a while and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, we love Florida, and there'll be plenty of shows in Florida. Trust me.
Good, good, because we want to see you back here. I have seen you several times. You guys never disappoint in concert. You always bring it. Everyone leaves with a smile. Everyone's in a good mood. As far as the album, I was saying you could pre-order right now on your website, which is nightranger.com. But I wanted to let everyone know who loves their vinyl that you guys have some limited edition vinyl in red and crystal
Right.
and blue that you can get on your website. So I wanted to let people know about that, because grab those before they're gone.
Right, exactly. There's a limited amount of those things. Yep, yep. We're excited. I think it's like next week the album gets released. August 6th. So we're very, very much stoked. I mean, our big problem is going to be which songs do we play, which songs don't we play live? Because, you know, when you make a new album, there's so many songs. I mean, I want to play, you know, I Want to Dance. We, you know, of course, we're doing Breakout now. We played it 4 or 5 times already. We want to do, Bring It All Home to Me. There's a couple other songs that we all want to do too, like You Can't Afford a Hero, and just several others. So it's going to be hard, because when you have so many albums, so many songs, like, what do you pick? What do you choose? And when you play new stuff, you don't want the audience to just like go, oh God, here we go, a new song again, and that kind of thing. So, but I mean, these new songs rock out pretty well, and I have complete confidence that it's going to just be a fun time.
Yeah, I think our listeners are going to love it. Gator listeners, you can check out the new song. We have the video up on the website, gatorrocks.com, and we're going to post a link to the album as well. Jack, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to meet you. I've been a fan of yours for a long time.
Oh, all right. Great to be here, and we love Florida. We can't wait to get back and play for y'all again. So anyway, just keep rocking. I got that new album, ATBPO, baby.
Yeah, we'll see you when you get back this way. Thanks. Have a great day.
You got it. Bye-bye.